Oi, don't shoot the Reaver.
Will be known as that.
There's always one
Explicit material.
That was
on training.
Okay, either way. So tonight's training, as many of you are aware, and some of you have just ignored me saying, is grenades tonight. It comes as absolutely no surprise that grenades are absolutely freaking brilliant in every way. Almost all of our heavy loadouts use grenade bandolier because grenade bandolier allows you to carry lots of grenades, and grenades when used en masse kill lots of things. So if you are not currently using grenade bandolier on any of your loadouts, you should really be reconsidering this because it's brilliant, and on the heavy assault at least it is also part of the operational loadouts. So the first thing that I kind of want to just throw out there, make sure everybody is aware of and is doing, is yelling frags out when you throw grenades. This is not about being some kind of US Marine sort of ultra hardcore pro, let's do this, or anything bollocksy like that. It serves two purposes. One, making sure that your friends aren't acting like retarded gods and running into rooms full of grenades. And two, telling your friends that now would be a good time to throw grenades, telling them that they have grenades and they will probably join you in filling a room with grenades. I said the word grenades a lot then. Either way, that's kind of the basics of it. Just some few sort of basics when trying to do this sort of thing. Try not to press S while throwing grenades, even if you're doing it in like self-defense, like you want to back off and use a grenade as some kind of deterrent or area denial. Don't hold S and do it, because you end up just connecting with the local population.
So what does it actually do then? Just drop it at your feet?
No, when you're using S, you're moving backwards, and you can no-clip through friends. So if a friend is stood behind you, you are walking backwards, and then you throw the grenade, and suddenly the back of the head is in your way.
Got ya.
So it's generally not a good idea to be pressing S. You know, turn around, throw the grenade, then run forwards. It's always best to just run in the direction you want to go. Amazingly enough, sticky grenades don't bounce from corners. All of the instant attack grenades tend to be useless when used with corners in general. Flash grenades will hit players and not actually do anything to them when used around corners. EMP grenades will actually begin recharging your enemy's shields faster when used with corners. So as a general rule of thumb, don't use any of the instant contact grenades round corners or such likes. Use them through, you know, doorways and anything else where there's a big open space on the other room. Especially with contact grenades, try throwing for the floor rather than anything else, because you know pretty much exactly where it's going to go. If something moves in the room, it tends to alter where the grenade hits. So just throwing it at floor in the place you want to go means that, I don't know, if your turret despawns at that exact moment, then your grenade lands where you're expecting it. Standard rocket flare of, you know, shooting for the feet. Yeah, those are the basic sort of do's and don'ts with grenades. The one thing I wanted to do though was practice throwing grenades as a large ball in tight spaces, which is why we're here at the tower. It's something that is even remotely difficult. It's just something that we're going to focus on and actually make a point to try and do, and make sure everybody's happy and comfortable with it, and that way when orbs show up, it's their fault, not ours. So, if you haven't had problems getting grenades, you can join me in the tower. If you have, you can stand and watch and get that fixed, because that's pretty shameful.
Easy to fix. We're gonna go to the campsite. Or
We're gonna head towards the stairs to start with.
Which sticky grenades do we use then?
Engineers.
If you have sticky grenades, do you use them? That is a very good question, and the answer to that question is no. You don't throw sticky grenades when you're in a tight pack. It's just not worth it.
Suicide mines, I guess.
It's one of those. Yeah, it's just one of those things. Is that sticky grenades have a place and they're great for doing their thing, but when you're in really tight spaces, it's just not worth it because you stick it on your friend and then your friend walks into friends. At least with a standard grenade, there's a grenade indicator and people can move away from it. Right then, I would love it if everybody could join me on this tiny little landing pad here, the sort of middle one, because there's not much room. Isn't it wonderful? Right, we've all been in this scenario before. There's lots of enemies on the doorway in front of us, and we're all stood here being pansies and not wanting to run up. It's going to be a case of frags in through this doorway at the top, but to spice it up, we're all going to start at the bottom of the stairs, run up to that landing. Once you're on the landing, you can start throwing grenades. If we all stand on the pad to begin with, it's easy and it's cheating. So, is there anyone comfortable with what we're about to do?
Nah, full faith in
Unless
everyone.
you count the fact that there's an easier way to throw them up.
Nighthawk, stand where I
I
am.
know that there are lots of easier ways to throw them up. Carl, I'm trying to generate small spaces
Nighthawk,
and
do you have
doorways.
grenades?
Nighthawk's probably filming, actually. It's kind of like that.
I think standing near to mark where they throw.
User in your channel timed out.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go! Do this!
Grenade out! Grenade out! Grenade out!
Couple of people missed the doorway.
Quite a few people missed the doorway.
Well, nobody
However,
hit each other,
I would
did
like
they?
to know, no,
Did anyone hit
none of the grenades actually blew up down here, which is great.
The revived grenades.
The revived
Stop
grenades are a
throwing
nice
grenades.
touch. Either way, hit resupply, and we're going to try again.
Frag out!
And this is just going to be a quick repetition exercise, just so
For
that we
luck.
all get nice and familiar with it. However, this time, just to spice it up, we're going to go even further away. So we're going to start at the top of the teleporter. It's like there's an extra level of difficulty every time. So we're on the top of the tower, we're going to run through the teleporter, same spot for the grenades. I'll throw one grenade from everybody, and then we're going to continue up that staircase. Don't forget heavies and maxes first. And we have a lot of heavies, which is a good sign.
Anyone else thinking if we're starting here, there's an easier way to clear the tower?
There is a much easier way to clear the tower, but whatever. Right, through the teleporter, let's go.
We're not actually in a tower, we're just pretending.
I'm just trying to generate small spaces. It's fine. Onto landing, throw one grenade in through the doorway, and then heavies and...
Oh no, someone just killed us all.
Somebody did just kill us all. Let's go! Keep going up. All the way up to the top of the tower, and then we'll be at the top and we can go again! Isn't that great?
That's so great! I think.
I know, right?
Now, if friendly fire was on, we could find out who killed us all.
If friendly fire was on, we could find out who killed us all.
Oh no, who missed? Come on. Come on.
Well, it was somebody lobbing a conch grenade.
Nah, it was.
It was a frag grenade.
A frag grenade went off and grenade went off. Right.
Oh, that would have been
In
disastrous.
5, 4,
Disastrous.
3, 2, 1, let's go!
Grenade out!
Oh no, we're dead again. Someone
Dead
else threw a
again.
frag grenade again.
Yeah, there's a frag grenade again.
I think we'll go to the video ref at some point.
Yeah, but it's hard to see who's when you attack them.
There's no way to get grenades.
Who's using frags?
I'm using frags, but it's not me.
Probably almost everyone.
I'm using AV.
Right, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go!
Grenade out!
Grenade out.
Grenade out!
Grenade
Oh,
out.
John, you're a
Frag
dick.
out!
Oh, for fuck's sake, I told Switch was smoking.
Smooth, Gary. I think Gary just got owned.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. So, in case any of you aren't aware why this recent love affair with grenades, effectively using them to crush max crashes. We've been using them to kill off any old entrenched position. There's a lovely video made by Fang, posted to the forums very recently, which shows about 4 or 5 people sort of lobbing flashbangs and smokes onto 208 and gunning them down like the complete fools they are. Grenades are lovely, and we should be using them whenever we feel like we are being in any way challenged, because it puts down even huge forces, because the grenades don't, they don't care how many people they're affecting. Lovely.
What I would say, especially with conch grenades, is if you're a heavy in the loadout, in the squad layout, and you're the guy with the conch grenades, you should make it known to everyone that you have conch grenades, so you can be the first one to throw if we're doing a breach or otherwise. And make sure you don't just throw it willy-nilly. Make sure you use it in the right moments. So if there's mounds of enemies balled up on top of each other coming out of a spawn room, hit them with a conch. And then followed by AV nades. You just need to use them wisely and not just like fucking chuck them like whatever, especially with the conchs.
Amen.
Yeah, maybe the squad leader should need to ask for smoke grenades before they're actually used, because they can be quite bad.
Yeah, smoke is something that squad leaders should universally ask for. Smoke, in case you aren't aware, you shouldn't be using smoke unless you have been asked to, or you are out on your own during lounge hours. Smoke is something that can be really harmful if it's not used right. It causes cancer in most bases, so please, for the love of all that is holy, don't use smoke just on your own. And if you do use smoke, do not fire smoke at friendlies, fire it at the enemy. It's no point firing it at yourself, you just make yourselves easy targets.
Yeah. And touch on AV nades itself. Usually if we're in a squad and we call out a mass grenade throw, you don't want to be throwing all your nades. If we can get a number of volleys off with a load of heavies, throw them in groups of 2, especially if you have the full grenade bandolier. Only throw 1 or 2 in each time, because the 2 does kill a max when thrown in close proximity. And especially if you're throwing it as a group, you don't need to spam your 4 grenades at that time. So if we use it wisely, we can sort of crush multiple threats, multiple mass crashes in a big group if we don't spam it. Don't spam all our stocks.
Anything else you'd like to add before I ask for questions and all that good stuff? Anything else you needed to add? Call it to a close, otherwise.
No. We will probably be, when we get around to it, utilizing these grenades with breaching tactics, like with maxes and stuff later on, but that's for another training. But nah, nothing else.
Excellent, right then. So, the recap is Grenade Bandolier good. Concussion grenades, use them wisely because you can hit friendlies and kill all of us. And yell frags out whenever you throw frags, because that is the absolute best thing to do. If anybody has any questions they'd like to ask,
and use your grenade stocks wisely.
Please stand in front of the NG turret, and I'll call names. Blue John, go for it.
It's nothing to do with training, but it's to do with the service match.
No.
No?
Not now.
Just wait for 20 seconds, Blue John. Does anybody have any questions about this? I mean, I know it's a topic that is pretty straightforward. Drakester, fire away.
Yeah, my question is simply: we would be looking into specialized grenades for in another training, or what?
Well, you should know your grenades pretty well. AV grenades and concussion grenades are the two specialist grenades that we tend to use. Flash grenades are reliable, but perfectly viable if you're playing light assault. EMP grenades have a few little MLG Pro uses, but they're only used by people who play solo infiltrator. They're really not the kind of thing squads can take advantage of. So it's, you know, we can cover the uses of specialist grenades, but they tend not to be of any use to a group like us who would rather just kill the enemy than piss around.
Hint! Revive grenade! Hint!
That is true, Aldi. Revive grenades are wonderful. Use them is the simple answer. Use them to revive, not as some kind of like, oh look, everybody's dead and the room is full of enemies, let's throw a revive grenade.
We've seen on Community Clash and all that shit that people use revive grenades. There's a time and a place for them, pretty much, what I'm saying.
Use them when you can't revive a person, but they still need to be revived, is the easiest way to describe the revive grenade. Don't use it to try and you know, everybody's now dead in the room, I'm going to throw a revive grenade, because all that happens is they'll just get gunned down again immediately. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Should we ever have healing grenades?
No!
The long answer is no, they're useless. The short answer is no. As a general rule, just press F. You have a healing grenade on you at all times, and it has an infinite power source. So you really shouldn't be bothering with healing grenades.
Power.
Anybody else have anything they want to ask? Still, thanks for that. Actually, I completely forgot to cover revive grenades. Nope. Excellent. That's what I like to hear. Thanks very much, everybody. And I suspect Blue John wants to go now. Go on.
Huh?
I suspect you want to go. Feel free.
Where?
We're trying to talk about Service Smash.
Where's my turret?
There you are.
Thank you. No, it's just what are we gonna do with? I know it's probably too early to be talking about, but like, what are we gonna do with the teams and how is we gonna, you know, because we might only get 12 people, but how are we gonna get between all of us?
There is an attendance form on the website that covers your usual attendance. However, on the end of it, Matt has kindly added a lovely little tick box to say, I would also like to compete in the Service Smash on the 26th of April. If you'd like to be part of the Service Smash team, whatever happens, tick the little yes box and you will be considered for the Service Smash team. We don't know how many people we're going to be able to send or what's even going to be asked of them, so there's no choosing.
The big thing is, before you say yes, is you do need to get the test server.
That is true. If you can't download the test server or won't download the test server for religious reasons, don't agree to do the Service Smash. The Service Smash is on the test server.
I think you also need an SOE account.
Nope, you can get a Pro Seaban launcher for the test server as well.
Okay.
But yeah, if you have a Pro Seaban, you need to find the Pro Seaban test server launcher.
And just if you get a spot, let's just say, just to everyone, let's say if I got a spot and I found it in play, best making someone not the leadership now, you know, in advance that you're not going to be there.
By the way, there is a date.
Well, there's a date.
There is a date. It's the 26th of April, and we can assume it will be late. We can assume it will be very late.
Wait, 26th? The only weekend when I'm out of the country. Oh well.
What do you mean by late?
These server smash events tend to be scheduled as late as 11 o'clock at night in the EU. With Versus an EU server, so it shouldn't be that bad. But if we ever go up against a US server, we can expect it to be really late.
That's alright. I just want to know so I can space my Stella out so I don't get completely blind.
Just buy more. You don't have to space them out. Just buy more.
Either way, it shouldn't be too much of a problem for us because it'll just mean it'll be a late night on the attack day, probably.
By the way, are we sending on to the meeting tonight?
That will be up to Matt, who hasn't said anything yet, but I suspect we will.
Yes, but you were
I have been here all day.
I know.
So I said either Ash and Blue John wants to go, or I'll go with Ash, or I'll go with Blue John.
It's probably best you and Ash go. I've just been like the mouthpiece on the forum, but like, or on the Reddit thing, but that's what it like.
Little personnel of the NC.
Ash has got his little diagram he wants to show himself.
I don't know, actually. I have to admit, I've been having second thoughts about showing him that, just because it gives him details to pick at, and I don't really fancy him.
Well, just bring up, if you're there, the one thing is just bring up the TS thing. Even though they said that the TS is usually given to them, I don't know, but just tell them we can accommodate everyone. Up to even 2T, I guess.
Excellent. Well, thanks very much, everybody. I would do obs, but I believe I'm now off to go to some meeting, and Matt's probably in the same boat, so it will have to be somebody else running the outfit.
Oh, I am. That's not till an hour now, isn't it?
Oh, what a shame, Blue John.
Oh shit! All right, everyone, get the fuck out of this shitty place. We're gonna go to Amherst. Everyone, Amherst, let's go.
User was moved out of your channel.